Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Late last night, before she went to bed, Mrs. O'Leary put a lantern in the shed and then the cow knocked it. Late last night, before I went to bed, Treyarch released a new teaser for DLC4 that wasn't the intro cutscene, second half, like part 2, Ether's End trailer. It wasn't that. It was an Instagram post with the caption, "Another day in paradise." And it's basically a schedule. Now, just to begin with, I actually can't really tell if this is an in-game image, like a texture they've created and put in the map somewhere, or if it's something that they've just made in real life and they've kind of used it as a prop here. It's a little hard to tell. I think that it's probably something they've just photoshopped together. It might end up in the map. It would be cool if it ended up in the map. I'll explain why that will be relevant to my discussion about this in just a moment. So it says Wednesday schedule, and I think we should just read through it once because it starts off in a pretty cheerful place and ends not so cheerful. So, 7 a.m, wake up, morning workout. Pretty standard. 8 a.m, empty discharge bottles, clean defecation zone. Ugh. 9 a.m, breakfast, good stuff. 10 a.m, broadcast radio transmission. Why is this person broadcasting a transmission like this? Are they calling for help? Are they stuck? Are they isolated? This seems like an interesting thing for one person to all be doing as well, right? 11 a.m, MARGWA can't hurt you. MARGWA isn't real. I love it. 12 p.m, lunch. 1 p.m, axe fishing. 2 p.m, supply scavenge facility. 3 p.m, perimeter inspection, mountainside. 4 p.m, MARGWA can't hurt you. MARGWA isn't real. 5 p.m, sledding. 6 p.m, dinner. 7 p.m, sock puppet theater. 8 p.m, karaoke night. Sounds like it might be a little bit of a lonely karaoke night, I'm not gonna lie. 9 p.m, MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. 10 p.m, MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. 11 p.m, MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. 12 p.m, 12 a.m, MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. Man! Okay, so the MARGWA's coming back, or at least we can presume that the MARGWA's gonna make an appearance in the next week, in whether it's the actual map itself, or in the end cutscene, or in some kind of radios in the map, or something, right? MARGWAs are going to be involved. They're probably going to be on the map. Treyarch probably did bring them back just for this. That also probably means that MARGWAs are going to appear in Blackout at some point, which will be hilarious. But anyway, that's besides the point. MARGWAs seem to be back in the mix, which, in my opinion, is great news. I think that MARGWAs are sorely underrated as zombies enemies. I think that in Shadows of Evil, they were there and people were like, bruh, this is kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm still getting used to this as an idea, aliens in my zombies mode, not me, chief, but I've really come to like them over the years. There's some real character in the design of the MARGWA. Whoever at Treyarch, or whichever group of people did it at Treyarch, really did a good job in my opinion, because it's something that at first makes you sort of go, and then after a map or two, or a little bit of time, you kind of go, you know what? I actually really like this thing. I feel like it's a good enemy. And so I'm happy to see it's back in the fold. What I think is more interesting, oh, and actually, it's on here. Yeah, my MARGWA on my Great War t-shirt is looking pretty good as well. Anyway, that's besides the point. The really interesting thing I think that is going to come from this teaser is the fact that this note has even been written in the first place. And presumably, this is a note that is the sort of thing you're going to find in the facility where we are going, right? You wouldn't expect them to tease somewhere else right now. So that seems to suggest that somebody might be alive and at the site. They could have recently died, no doubt, but that suggests that they're going to be alive. And I think I know who it is. Now, I want to give you just 30 seconds here to leave a comment on this video with who you think the mystery character is gonna be. I reckon I have a pretty good idea, but time's ticking. Do. Type your comment in the comment section. Do. All right, time's up. I think it's Sally, guys. Yeah. A lot of you probably wondering who the hell Sally is right now. A lot of you probably wondering that. Sally, low-key, could be one of the most important zombies characters that will ever exist. She currently has about 10 lines of audio. It's quite sad, but genuinely that's how Treyarch does business, apparently. I think that Sally, outside of the stuff that went on with her with Shang, ended up at Call of the Dead as we know about, right? As her original story kind of goes. And basically stayed there and wrote this schedule as part of her stay there. I think that she got trapped, she got stuck in some way, shape, or form, and sort of like in Shang, how she does leave us those messages. I know it's not in Shang itself, but in her time in Shang, physically, she leaves us those messages, she leaves those radios. Similarly here, I think that she might be kind of leaving trace evidence for the zombies community about her time present in that space, and it excites me. It really does. I asked Craig Houston about her. Actually, I have asked him multiple times about her ever since she was first brought into the story, and I think that at this point there's so much confusion about this damn character that I'm going to have to do another video tomorrow all about who the hell Sally is. But there is, of course, always a chance that tonight we end up getting a teaser with more info about her, and then I've got even more to go on. So look forward to that in the next day or two, guys. If you see a video about Sally as a character, that's my video. You better click it, okay? That isn't the end of the story with the schedule, though. There is a chance, it's not a massive chance, I'd say, but it's a non-zero one, that what we are looking at right now is not just a throwaway schedule to let us know that Sally's in the map, but instead, it's a list of our Easter egg steps for Tag der Toten. Think about it. We have a wheel in the bottom left-hand corner of our heads-up display when we pull up the inventory, which gives us either cryptic clues, hints, riddles, etc., towards the next step of the Easter egg. That's something that they introduced in Black Ops 4. That's how we've kind of pushed the eggs forward in this game. What if each of the individual riddles and hints, etc., were wake up, morning workout? You've got to go and do something at the beginning of the map, seeing as we are probably going to start the map. Oh, I've just had another idea. We're going to probably start the map when it's sunrise, because Tag der Toten, I mean, you've got all of this beautiful sunlight coming in a lot of the teasers that we've seen so far, that kind of golden pinkish hue of the morning light. Would it be fitting to start the map with an Easter egg step that is related to the fact that we're waking up and going on our morning workout? I think that would fit quite nicely. And then we could have to go and do something with the discharge bottles, the defecation zone, do something there. Breakfast could be related to a soul box or something. Could be breakfast for the zombies. Broadcasting a radio transmission. That sounds like an Easter egg step. MARGWA can't hurt you. MARGWA isn't real. That sounds like basically a DPS check, making sure that you're ready to get into the next part of the Easter egg, some kind of mini boss fight, not a full thing, but something there just to keep you on your toes. Maybe that's the first time that MARGWAs spawn in. Then you've got lunch, axe fishing, could be an Easter egg step, scavenge, perimeter inspection, all of these things, absolutely all of them, even sledding, could be a step in the Easter egg for DLC4. And then right at the end, what does it end with? MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real. That could be the sign that we're getting a massive multi-stage boss fight. There's going to be a load of MARGWAs, and that's going to take us from 9 PM all the way till 12 AM. The thing is, if you think about all those other maps, with the wheel of hints that we get in that bottom left corner, we end up always getting like a pip or two just dedicated to the boss fight. That's always the way it is. And so having multiple things here saying MARGWA can't hurt you, MARGWA isn't real, taking up that final, what is essentially a quarter of the screen here, fits with that idea as well. It doesn't kind of go against it. Now, another thing that they could do in this map that would be insane, absolutely insane, is if the map begins and it's light outside and it's beautiful, right? And then as we go through the Easter egg steps, what if the time of day in the map actually progresses? For the first time in Zombies, what if Treyarch decides that they've had enough of just reusing old mechanics from old games and old maps from old games and old assets and old everything, and for one map, they want to do something really outlandish, and the skybox and everything, kind of like in Moon during the Easter egg, changes as you go through the egg, except in this one, it's on an hour-by-hour basis. Or maybe it could be every couple of hours, just to give you the sense of it changing, but without it being too intensive and too many switches around as you go through the quest. That could be incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I think that would be an amazing mechanic to have during an Easter egg, actually feeling like the day is going on, we're following Sally's schedule, and then at the end, it gets to nighttime, the lights dim, and it's MARGWA time. Like, man, I think that would be absolutely nuts. So, Treyarch, I know it's probably unrealistic, because I don't know what technical stuff would have to go on behind the scenes in order to actually make something like that happen. I don't know how difficult it is to do things like change out the skybox and change out whatever kind of map file you're using these days to create all the lighting and the kind of visuals around you inside the map itself, not just the geometry that I'm talking about, but the lighting that is present everywhere in the map. I'm sure that that's a really complicated thing to change around mid-gameplay experience. And so I'm not trying to get people's hopes up here necessarily. I'm just saying, God damn it, that would be cool. That is a cool idea, or at least I think it is. So that's going to wrap things up from me for now. Thanks for watching. MARGWA can't hurt you. MARGWA isn't real, apart from when it is. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.